Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a habit that is just incredibly universal, maybe a little bit embarrassing, but absolutely fascinating once you look under the hood. We're going to decode the psychology of music on repeat.
So, be honest with me for a second. Have you ever found a brand new song that you absolutely love and then proceeded to play it on a continuous loop for 3 days straight? You know exactly the habit I'm talking about. You wake up playing it, you listen to it on your entire commute, and it's on repeat while you're working. You basically just completely ignore every other song on your playlist until you obsessively ruin this favorite new track for yourself.
Section 1. The 3 days song loop. Mental processing.
Okay, let's dive into this. Psychology tells us this highly relatable habit isn't simply about you obsessing over a really catchy melody, nor does it mean you're just being unadventurous with your music choices. Instead, this behavior reveals a hidden strategy the mind uses to protect its energy. That is our big aha pivot for today. We're reframing this quirky listening habit as a brilliant cognitive self-defense mechanism. Your mind is actually protecting you.
Section 2. The mere exposure effect. Familiarity is comfort.
To truly understand how this repetition functions as a defense mechanism, we have to look at a foundational scientific concept. It's called the mere exposure effect. This is simply the human brain's natural preference for what feels familiar. Researchers have found that the more we experience something, like listening to a track so many times that you literally memorize every single beat and lyric, the more comfortable that audio automatically feels to your brain.
So the crucial point to remember is this really simple equation. Familiarity equals comfort. By repeating the exact same audio over and over again, you're quickly and automatically turning your everyday listening experience into a highly comforting environment. Your brain actually stops processing the audio as new information and starts processing it as a comfortable, completely safe space.
Section 3. Craving psychological safety. Searching for stability.
You see, when life feels chaotic, overwhelming, or just completely unpredictable, the brain doesn't just want comfort, it frantically searches for stability. And a familiar song fulfills this desperate need perfectly. Just look at its characteristics. It is completely predictable, it has a known start, a known peak, and a known end. When your brain is stressed, it actively reduces unwanted stress by providing an environment that your mind can entirely control, with zero surprises.
Section 4. Saving your brain power. Conserving mental energy. And this brilliantly illustrates that beyond just feeling safe, there is a very practical, mechanical reason your brain hits repeat. Processing brand new information actually requires a significant amount of mental work, and when you're already emotionally exhausted, well, that mental work is incredibly taxing. A new playlist demands high cognitive effort. It's unpredictable. Your brain has to actively analyze new rhythms, decode new lyrics, and navigate new emotional shifts. Conversely, a familiar song requires literally zero effort. It's highly predictable. By choosing the familiar song, it acts as a low-energy background that protects your remaining mental bandwidth for much more important tasks. Let's walk through this simple 3-step process to see exactly why an overloaded mind behaves this way. Step 1. Mental exhaustion sets in. Your cognitive energy is just completely consumed. Step 2. Because you're exhausted, your brain desperately wants to avoid any unwanted feelings or negative surprises that might come from a new track. And Step 3, you seek a guaranteed emotional reward. The brain naturally prefers rewards it can get right now without any risk. So, rather than risking disappointment on a new playlist, a known track delivers exactly the emotional hit you need.
Section 5. Your emotional anchor. Regulating emotions.
So we've talked about saving energy and seeking safety. But this looped music also functions actively as a tool. It literally becomes a powerful emotional regulation device specifically utilized during tough times. The primary triggers for song looping are external stressors, stress, anxiety, and pressure. When you're hit with these heavy forces, it's completely natural to seek out ways to regulate your emotional reactions. You just need something to ground you when the pressure mounts.
And that grounding comes in the form of a steady, controlled external rhythm. Think about how some people use positive self-talk to guide themselves through a stressful moment and create a feeling of control, right? Well, a looped song works in the exact same way. It acts as an emotional anchor to calm a fast-moving internal dialogue and gently soothe an overwhelmed nervous system.
Section 6. The sonic sanctuary. A safe space to rest.
I really want to wrap up this explainer by validating you. Playing a song on repeat until you know every microscopic detail does not mean you're stuck in a rut, and it definitely does not mean you're ruining good music. In fact, it means something quite positive. Your brain is cleverly securing a safe sanctuary. Your exhausted nervous system is simply taking a much-needed break from the relentless uncertainty of the real world to recover. By choosing to hit play on that familiar track just one more time, you are giving your mind a predictable place to rest.
So, as we conclude this explainer, I want to leave you with this final thought. What song is your current sonic sanctuary? The next time you find yourself looping a track for days on end, please don't feel embarrassed. Realize your brain is just doing its brilliant job to protect you. Pay attention to those listening habits, and you might just learn exactly what your mind needs right now.